Much now the fallout from the firing of Miss California USA. We will talk live with Carrie Prejean in an exclusive network television interview in just a couple of minutes. But first, today national correspondent Amy Robach has the latest on this story. Amy, good morning to you.
Matt, good morning to you. Prejean has been officially replaced by pageant runner-up Tammy Farrell. But just because Prejean's crown is gone does not mean this controversy is over.
This is the first I've heard of it. I guess I'm fired, and thank you for telling me, Billy.
On the Billy Bush radio show Wednesday, Carrie Prejean expressed her surprise at learning she was losing her Miss California crown.
It's just because of my answer, I think. None of this would be happening right now if I just said, yeah, gays should get married.
It all started with Carrie Prejean's response to celebrity blogger Perez Hilton's question about same-sex marriage at this year's Miss USA pageant.
I believe that a marriage should be between a man and a woman. No offense to anybody out there, but that's how I was raised.
But even after the pageant spotlight dimmed, the media spotlight was just turning on. A touchy question and answer, followed by controversial semi-nude photos of Prejean, all led to speculation over whether she would lose her Miss California title. That is until Donald Trump, who owns the Miss Universe pageant, weighed in.
Carrie will remain Miss California.
But fast forward 1 month, on Wednesday, the Miss California USA organization, with the backing of Donald Trump, abruptly fired Prejean, saying, quote, this was a decision based solely on contract violations, including Miss Prejean's unwillingness to make appearances on behalf of the Miss California USA organization. Thursday on Today, Keith Lewis, the executive director of the Miss California USA pageant, appearing alongside the new Miss California, Tammy Farrell, said problems with Carrie Prejean had been going on even before the Miss USA pageant.
We gave many opportunities for her to bring herself into compliance, and she didn't do it. And, you know, for us now at this point, we want to move past this.
But that could be difficult, especially as the new Miss California tries to take on her duties, as the Carrie Prejean story continues to play out.
There's been divisive questions, and what I've been brought in is to try to unify our state right now. And I'm not being silenced for my beliefs, but I just think that this isn't a battle that anybody can win.
Win or lose, it's a battle that continues to be fought far from the pageant stage. And since the Miss USA pageant, a lot of offers have come Carrie's way, including a spot on NBC's reality show I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and an offer to appear in Playboy, reported to pay $120,000. But, Matt, both offers were declined.
All right, Amy, thank you for the latest. We appreciate it. Carrie Prejean is in San Diego this morning. Carrie, good morning to you. How you doing?
Good morning, Matt.
So this has been a roller coaster, but it appears the ride is over for you, at least in terms of Miss California USA. You still believe the only reason you lost your crown was because of the comments you made, your opinion on same-sex marriage?
Absolutely, Matt. I think that most of Americans know that that's the reason why I'm here today.
Here's what I don't understand about that, Carrie. If that were the reason, then why a month ago at that press conference did Donald Trump stand up when all those comments you had made were still in the headlines of newspapers across the country? And by the way, those revealing photographs were still on shows like this and all over the internet, and support you. Why would he support you then? Why would those comments suddenly warrant your firing now?
That's a good question, Matt. And you know what? I think Donald Trump was really tired of, he has a business to run, and I think he was tired of being in the middle. And I had to call him and ask him, hey, can I volunteer for the Special Olympics this weekend? Hey, can I go visit the troops on the USS Ronald Reagan? And everything that I had brought to Mr. Lewis's attention of appearances that I wanted to make, he declined. Therefore, this is definitely a one-way street here.
It's completely the opposite story that Mr. Lewis tells, and he told here on the show yesterday. He said this was a breach of contract, Carrie. He said, quote, there were tens and tens and tens of appearances that she was not available for. She wasn't cooperative. It was not appropriate for someone who was trying to represent the state as a role model. So did you miss...
Did he give you Did he give you specific appearances that I have missed, scheduled appearances that I've missed, Matt?
No, he did not actually talk about that.
Well,
he talked about some conflicts of interest, but he didn't talk. He just said there were tens and tens and tens of them.
Well, what are those tens and tens and tens? I'd really love to know, because since the press conference, it's only been 1 month. I mean, how many appearances can I do in 1 month? Really? And I think a question that nobody's asked me, Matt, and I think this is very important to bring up, is what did I do prior to this controversy as Miss California? What were my duties, and what were the appearances that Mr. Lewis had asked me to do?
Well, let me ask, so what is that? What were those appearances?
You know what? And not many people are going to believe this, but I maybe did 2 appearances that Mr. Lewis had asked me to do. He said, Carrie, your job is to compete and win Miss USA. Do not worry about appearances. Do not worry about any of that. It's not about appearances. It's about you winning Miss USA.
So then after...
And you know what, Matt? So I took it upon my own self, and I called hospitals, and I called the Special Olympics, and I called all these different organizations and said, hey, I'm Miss California. Would you like me to attend your event?
So what you're saying to me, Carrie, is you're saying this is a bit of a setup, in your opinion, that you weren't asked to do anything prior to the Miss USA competition, but after your comments about same-sex marriage on that competition...
All of a sudden, I'm missing appearances.
Have you talked to Mr. Lewis directly? Have you talked to Donald Trump directly?
I would love to get a call from my boss, I guess, if you will, and say that I'm fired. I haven't even received a phone call from Mr. Lewis, and I think that this is just, it's ridiculous.
I want to make sure that I understand this. Are you saying there is nothing you would have done differently or could have done differently to avoid the situation you find yourself in right now? No second thoughts whatsoever?
Matt, I'm here right now talking to you because of the answer that I gave on that stage. And this is just the proof, and it's a test to Americans, that tolerance needs to be a two-way street, and it's not. This is about me stating my beliefs about same-sex marriage, and that's the reason why we're here today. Keith Lewis, he has his own hidden agenda. He has his own personal agenda. He obviously doesn't agree with the beliefs that I have. Therefore, I am here today dethroned as Miss California because of that. And I think Donald Trump was tired of being in the middle. He has a business to run. He can't be monitoring what Miss California is doing every day.
What's the
bottom line?
What's the future for you, Carrie? What are you going to do? We've heard about some of the offers you've received, one here from NBC, another from Playboy. Definite no to both of those, correct?
Absolutely not. And you know what? I just want to thank the thousands of Americans and Californians who have supported me through all of this. They have, sent me letters and emails, and I can't begin to tell you, Matt, how thankful I am and blessed for all the prayers and the support from the thousands of Americans who believe in the stand that I took.
Carrie Prejean, thank you for your time, Carrie. Good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.